Welcome to the world of werewolves. Subscribe now. The Lunar Tide Paradox. The Epic of Symbiotes. The First Blood Tainted Tide. The Rift of the Gears. Chapter 9. Whispers from the Ice Sculpture. The Truth of the Black Rose Pendant. The Arctic wind, carrying ice shards, pierced through Kellen's wolf fur. She knelt on one knee at the edge of the ice sea, and the thunder core pendant in her palm was burning hot. After the rebellion in the gray-white city, the rusting of the pocket watch gears had reached 3/4. Every heartbeat was accompanied by the rustling sound of gears rubbing, much like the dying embers of the bonfire before her mother's death. She clenched the pendant and smashed her Volf claws onto the ice surface. In the ripples of quantum energy, the illusory shadow of Serena's ice sculpture rose from the deep sea. Its Volf-shaped outline was covered with icicle-like scales, and its paw prints froze into wolf-shaped ice crystals on the water surface. You've known about the existence of symbiotes for a long time. Kellen's wolf eyes reflected the black rose totem on the ice sculpture's chest, the same tattoo as the one under her left eye. The black rose in the pendant suddenly trembled, and blue light seeped from the tips of its petals, resonating with the gear-shaped birthmark in her palm. Memory materialization was triggered uncontrollably. Her mother Ava's smiling face shattered in the ice mist, replaced by the scene of Serena's silver finger caught stabbing into Ava's heart. Fine cracks appeared on the surface of the ice sculpture. The moonlight penetrated through the cracks and cast gear, shaped spots of light on the back of Kellen's hand. The moment she touched the ice sculpture, countless memory fragments rushed in like a snowstorm. Under the aurora in Iceland in 2015, Ava injected the embryo into the quantum pocket watch. When Serena's Volf claws tore through the pursuers, the AB engraving on the inner side of the silver finger caught sliced across the enemy's throat, and deep in the memory, Ava's lips moved, uttering the last words that were covered by gunshots. Use the virus as a protective shield to make the Silver Cross think the symbiotes have been purified. She volunteered to be executed. Kellen's voice was torn apart by the Arctic storm, and the pocket watch gears suddenly made a harsh cracking sound. She saw two time spaces overlapping in the ice sculpture, the young Serena awakening the consciousness of the werewolf king in the Arctic, Ava's blood dripping into the ice sculpture's pupils, forming a gear-shaped birthmark identical to the one in Kellen's palm. And from the cracks of the ice sculpture in reality, what seeped out was not ice water, but solidified blood-colored gears. Each gear was engraved with the DNA sequence of the symbiote. The memory-devouring ability was suddenly activated. Kellen hugged her head and knelt on the ice. All of Serena's memories stabbed into her brain like ice picks. The trembling when executing Ava, the black roses offered at Ava's grave every year, and the quantum after-image engraved inside the ice sculpture before self-exiling in 2024. Those sealed emotions materialized in her mind, turning into black rose vines twining around her heart, and each petal dripped with Serena's blood-colored hair. Why didn't you tell me? Kellen roared and pounded the ice sculpture. Her Volf claws left gear-shaped indentations on the ice crystals. The pupils of the ice sculpture suddenly glowed red, and Serena's consciousness came through the pendant. Her voice was like the water flowing under the Arctic ice. The gears must turn in both directions. Ava's gene samples in the core ... double quotes before she could finish. The pocket watch gears broke completely. The two halves of the gears reflected Ava's and Serena's faces respectively, and the engraving A, B, and N10 was revealed in the gap. The quantum space suddenly trembled, and Kellen's space-time resonance ability went out of control. She saw Ava in 2015 standing on the Icelandic cliff. Inside, the black rose pendant was engraved, N save our daughter, and Serena's silver finger caught was pressing against her own heart. The so-called execution was actually a genetic Trojan horse jointly designed by the two. When the Silver Cross's werewolf spirit purification virus was injected into the embryo, it was actually the key to activate the symbiote gene. We created you and betrayed you. Serena's consciousness projected in front of the ice sculpture. The new blood-colored hair strands in her silver-white hair floated towards Kellen with the quantum fluctuations. But only when the Silver Cross believed the symbiotes were dead would their gene purification plan show its flaws. The Volf claws of the projection stroked Kellen's gear-shaped birthmark. The quantum afterimage of Ava emerged inside the ice sculpture. She also had the same birthmark on her palm, but its color was as scarlet as the Arctic blood moon. The fragments of the pocket watch suddenly recombined. As the gears rotated in reverse, Kellen saw the moment Ava injected the virus into the embryo. It was not destruction, but the weaving of the werewolf spirit gene and the human gene into a quantum protective shield. The reason why the Silver Cross's nanobots couldn't identify the symbiotes was that their gene chains contained the death camouflage code. You are the rift and also the key. Serena's projection began to dissipate. The Volf claws of the ice sculpture fell off, revealing a birthmark identical to Kellen's in its palm. Go to the Arctic core. There lies the consciousness parasite of the ancient mage, and Ava's complete gene map. The black rose in the pendant suddenly bloomed, and its petals flew into Kellen's birthmark, projecting a star map in her Volf eyes. Each star was the gene coordinate of the symbiont. The Arctic blood moon split into 3 new moons at this time. Kellen's Volf form was enveloped by quantum light dust. She picked up the broken pocket watch. In the gear powder, the dying bonfire of Ava emerged, and Serena's voice came from the depths of the pendant. When the gears start to embrace the rift, the universe is truly complete. Before she finished speaking, the ice sculpture shattered completely, revealing the quantum core sealed inside. The gear-shaped light body was covered with memory fragments of Ava and Serena. Kellen embedded the thunder core pendant into the core. The lightning patterns resonated with the gears, actually repairing the pocket watch gears. But the price was that her birthmark began to seep blue light, resonating with the time anchor in the Arctic. In the distance, the Silver Cross's gene lighthouse suddenly changed its coordinates. The nano-silver rain condensed into a gear matrix in the Arctic sky, and each tooth locked onto the position of the symbiotes. "They're coming," Kellen whispered. Her Volf claws pressed on the remains of the ice sculpture, and memory materialization brought out her mother's lullaby. The sound waves turned into a gear-shaped barrier. The blood-colored gears rotated outside the barrier, forming a mirror image with her birthmark. Sarah's blog automatically received the coordinates. In the attached photo behind Kellen's Volf form, the after-images of Serena and Ava overlapped, and the black rose tattoos formed a complete blood-colored flower. The sound of a heartbeat came from the depths of the ice sea, synchronizing with the gears of Kellen's pocket watch. She realized that every breath she took was injecting a new frequency into the time anchor. And those symbiote genes that the Silver Cross regarded as impurities would eventually grow a life flower beyond dimensions in the rift. This episode ends, but the story continues. Subscribe now.